Hello, everybody, and welcome to Euphoria, the channel that highlights and celebrates the diversity of talent in the European tabletop RPG actual play scene. I, for this stream at least, am your host, your androgynous android late night DJ, Nathan Blades. If you didn't already know, I am a black demi-man, with rectangular blue sunglasses, a very 70s afro, and currently a white tee inspired by Persona 5. My pronouns are he, they, and I'm going to go and pass around the table so everybody else can go introduce themselves. Hi, Chucky. How's it going?
Hi, hello. It's always me first. Yeah, I'm a black non-binary entity. I'm currently wearing a blue t-shirt that's very oversized. And got my headphones on and debatably purple and yellow hair. I never know what colors to say it is because I can't be asked to re-dye it, and I want to pretend that I don't need to. Yeah, excited to be here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hi, Ruben. What's going on?
Hi, I'm Ruben. They, them pronouns. I am a light skinned biracial black person. I've got swooped red hair. I've got headphones on, glasses, and today I'm repping a clipping shirt. It's
Ah.
clipping. There you go. And that is my appearance.
Lloyd in the place to be. What up?
Hi everyone, I'm Lloyd Hide. I am a hot black guy, and that's all you need to know about me. Just put on your mind. Whatever image you have of hot black people, that's me. Just keep that down. I don't need to rep anything. Just imagine me hot. I'm in the hottest thing you can think of.
And last but by absolutely no means least, the illustrious Tendai.
Hi, I'm Tendai. My pronouns are they, them. I am a black person with Edna Mode style glasses. My hair is in a puff, but it's kind of half squished by my headset. And I am also super, super excited to be here. I can't wait.
And we are here for episode 2 of our second season of London's Pulse, a Heartbeats in Perfect Sync actual play. Well, I would go over what happened last time, but to be honest, that's probably better suited to the characters within the narrative. And so we once again see central London from above. In the full EastEnders shot with the river, with the O2 arena, so on and so forth. And once again, we do hear the crackle of a radio shifting between different FM stations until once again it tunes into this mysterious pirate radio station that has all of the deets going on. Good afternoon, everybody. It is the one and only Master DJ in your ears across the airwaves. How's it going? How's it going? Mysterious times in London town. At least there's been a bit of a resurgence of unusual activity. Most of it really centered around, the Barbican estate, that one brutalist mass of art and architecture, and the surrounding areas have been seeing some unusual activity. A string of thefts, actually, although not in the ways of phones or wallets as you'd expect from ne'er-do-wells in this part of the world. It's more, interestingly, strips of fabric that have been going. Pashminas, scarves, coats, anything really. But one has to wonder where they're going. We did send in our live reporter on the field to go and do some investigative journalism and all that. But unfortunately, after they messaged me saying that they had got onto the Barbican estate, I wasn't really able to go and get anything back from them after that. And I haven't heard from them for a couple of days. So maybe they have come a cropper. But they did send one message through my DMs. Asbestos fabric, which I have no idea what that means. Listeners, if you do happen to know an asbestos fabric and it hasn't given you a horrible skin condition, please do contact us on the regular numbers. All right, bringing you the next tunes. Keep it locked. And so we keep it locked. A jaunty kind of Afrobeat tune kicks in as we again move through the streets to various parts of. Well, we would expect to go and see Loki, maybe. We might even expect to see Antonov, but in fact, we see two others on their daily life in these streets. We see. We see Colm first, the taxi cab driver. Where is he and what is he up to on this sunny afternoon?
Well, I've taken the afternoon off because it's too hot to be driving around in a car, and I am currently on a date.
Well, there are many excellent date spots in Central. Where were you taking your beau, and what's your beau like?
Ooh, I haven't actually thought about where to go. So I want to be somewhere nearby. So can I say we're doing like lunch on the South Bank? I've been there enough
sea
times.
Container, amazing. Yes,
it's lovely. Usually it's fairly cheap. I can afford it on my budget. And this is our fourth date, and things are going quite well.
I like the idea of leaving this kind of visually in slight obscurity. So we get shots of the two of you at this table. There's clearly conversation between the two of you having a nice time, but either the shot is a little too far away or it's reflected in kind of like an artsy brass sculpture that's in the restaurant. A waiter passes by at just the right time to kind of obscure the person that you're speaking to, but we get a shot of just their mouth in close, being like, "I'm." You continue to be an excellent time. I'm really enjoying this. Is it strange to just kind of say out loud that I'm really enjoying this?
I don't think it's strange at all. To be honest, I'd kind of say the same thing.
Well, it's nice to take a break. I know that. I think both of us work quite hard in what we do. Although I would say that yours is considerably more sweaty work.
Yes, but yours involves way more people, and I'm saying that as a taxi driver.
Yeah, I'm having to continually keep a mental tally of the clients and so on and so forth. But it is both of our day off. The first time we've managed to book it simultaneously in a while, and it's not landed on the weekend. So here is to a moment of free time. A glass of white wine is raised, and we see the hand and the well manicured hand as it holds up the glass of wine, but not the person who holds it.
Fantastic. I'll chin and I'll lean back. I have that little look of content in my face. I'm just enjoying the moment. I don't get these moments very often, so I try to enjoy it when I can.
And we see the South Bank and the buildings stretching across the north side in the background of the shot, obscured, warped slightly through the bend of the glasses as they clink together. And then as those glasses move apart, we see a figure standing on the kind of like walk, looking through the window to where the two of you are. A tall, imposing, but not necessarily scary figure with a broad smile and a handsome chin. And it is somebody who Colm knows very well. Well, you would have called them previously your best friend. Maybe you still do. But it seems they've managed to find where you are.
Do I spot them from where they are?
If you do not immediately notice the person standing across the street in the window, you do notice as they move immediately into foreground and tap politely but firmly on the glass. Colm, it's I need to speak with you. It's an important matter.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, darling. That's an old friend of mine. I have to go say hello. I will be right back.
Who is he?
Don't get jealous. It's only for a minute.
Cheekbones like cut glass, they say, taking a polite swig of the wine, and in a joking, dismissive way, gesture in a like, well, go on then kind of way.
Not a problem. And I'll get up and go towards Solomon.
We get a cut to immediately outside the kind of like upbeat jazz fusion music that was playing in the restaurant muted as we're now outside and through the glass. Ah, yes, my faithful colleague in arms against the pulse. Smile.
What are you doing here, Solomon?
Well, I wanted to go and check in on you. It has been a hot minute since we have fought the coalescence of bad vibes together, and I wanted to make sure if you were okay.
You could have called me, Solomon. You've not
Well,
answered my calls for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and now you just turn up outside of my date.
I have been messaging, and there's a flustered moment. This very well put together man, in a what looks like Oswald Boateng style suit, but you acknowledge, Colm, that is not actual Brand. It is the nature of this man's pulse fighting powers that has manifested this very Hollywood level outfit. From inside this purple blazer, pulling out a phone and then scrolling through it. I've sent you they've not gone through. Colm, have you changed your number?
Yes, and I told you that when I sent you the new number I have. My phone blew up while we were fighting the pulse. I know you don't remember it, but there was a certain someone who threw me across the room, smashed my phone, couldn't make any calls.
Sometimes I forget that you do not have the powers of a stuntman in your combat abilities. Regrettable, but I will check my messages and update post haste, and then we can resume our glorious tirade against the bad vibes.
What is there to resume, Solomon?
There's a pause, and the winning Hollywood smile like falters slightly. Are you not feeling this? Is this no longer the energy?
Stop talking like you're some kind of overacted, underpaid writer for a long forgotten TV series that nobody's watching anymore, except on maybe Talk TV 2. Why don't you talk to me like we normally talk?
In full like anime fashion, as you say these words, they form arrows and like pierce him through the back multiple times. He's like, oof, oof, ugh. Look, this is how, unfortunately, my abilities work. If I'm not part of the narrative, I do not have the abilities of the narrative.
Yes, but whenever you're part of the narrative, you write me in. What if I don't want to be part of that narrative at that time?
In Soto, in the way that the camera can hear and Colm maybe can hear if you choose to. Well, how do you think I managed to go and find you? It was a narrative convenience for them. Never mind. You know what? Heard, I will take your criticism on board and recenter myself. And once you've once we've both had time to kind of cool off, I will.
No, Solomon. Every time around you, I can't tell what's real, and that's in a world where the pulse is around. I need you to not center yourself. I need you to be in control of yourself. What kind of friend would I be if I can't be real next to you if you're not real to me?
And you think for a bit, Colm, about, well, the in the intervening month since the incident at the BFI and the train appearing in Soho Square, and your Solomon leaving that circumstance, both mechanically and literally heartbroken. Has he remained heartbroken this entire time? You need a degree of human connection to pull yourself away from the pulse, and has he managed to actually give himself time to do that? Fine. I'll see you later. Oh, and Continuity flickers a little bit, and he's in just general streetwear. It's smart casual. It's not Roadman, but it's definitely a lot more relaxed than the incredibly expensive suit he appeared to be in before. Fine, it's it's fine. I'll catch you when I catch you, I guess.
Wait, why don't we have dinner tomorrow?
Well, if you're not too busy.
I'm not too busy. I can take time to see you for dinner tomorrow. Actual dinner, 8 o'clock at my place. Come as Solomon.
There is a tight but you think genuine smile. Sure, I'll let you get back to your lunch. They seem nice, by the way.
Thanks. They are.
And we move. We pull to elsewhere within the city. What is Rumbi up to? Where are they at?
You see Rumbi walking down the street, and it kind of goes from like their shoes that are kind of chunky in a slightly comeback boot sort of way, but also nicely shaped. And as it pans up, your view of their legs is obscured by this like cloak almost that kind of is moving with them as they walk down, and it's like a purple to blue shift. And their hair is tightly braided into small it's braided into like finger wave cornrows on their head in a platinum blonde. They have no visible eyebrows that you can see. And their makeup isn't necessarily symmetrical. It's symmetrical but inverted on one side. So it's the bottom part that takes on like the thicker eyelashes, the color. And their face is remarkably still. And that as they go, they're not necessarily smiling at anyone, or they're not expressing anything in particular, but their face still looks kind of pleasant. And you see a tiny little brooch of a heart on their like left shoulder. And they're just kind of like walking through, but a bit muted in themselves.
Yeah. A lady on a mission. Even with the bustle of the kind of city streets, we still hear the click of heels above that, like it is cutting through. A lot has kind of happened. Well, in general, not much has happened in the intervening months since we last saw Rumi Karanga, except for the fact that she ended her last encounter heartbroken, fully deciding to compartmentalize her feelings in a literal sense, leaving her jewel-encrusted heart in the glass case elsewhere in the very portrait of Dorian Gray's situation. Which, has probably changed their outlook a little bit. We get in kind of like a fast motion blur of a list of a handful of different bits and pieces that Rumbi kind of did and got up to with ruthless efficiency. Resuming the kind of like hair and makeup, both modeling and doing it for other people. We're getting some very kind of like classic Naomi Campbell kind of like photo shoots, very severe, very efficient. 5 shots, each of them perfect in different poses. Done. Next gig.
Exactly. They are not resting. They're going from job to job, and they aren't it's not recharging them. You can usually see a bit of a glow that they take when they're working on something interesting, but they are of the world but not in the world. And they are great. They're still doing what they do. They're still helping others try and find themselves. And you start seeing little snippets of them in a room, sitting on a couch, their legs kind of folded up, and you eventually see them essentially, in therapy, trying to work their way through what had happened and how and why they thought that they failed people.
Mhm. And it happens over time, but slowly. When it comes to being heartbroken, at the best of times, just even a hopeful call from an ally in a dark moment can rouse. But because things have been so quiet, and maybe Rimby keeping an arm's length from their colleagues at the best of times, because it's a thing you can solve yourself. You don't need them to solve it for you. The road to healing is extant, but slow. Uh,
Incredibly.
and as a result, I will say in a blending of mechanics, you are currently not heartbroken as far as rules are concerned. Your heart is still separate to you in a glass case until something is done about it.
Hmm.
Whenever you feel that it is time to stop compartmentalizing that part of yourself, I will let that happen. You won't need to roll for it, but we'll have a point where you feel that it's the point where you can carry your heart on your sleeve, in a literal and metaphorical sense once again.
Perfect.
And finally, we see Loki the day after the previous events um, at the estate. Having realized that trying to deal with what is going on with the Barbican and its pulse is beyond what you can do alone, you're going to need to call in backup. And it might not necessarily be backup that you're on perfect terms with, but you know that they collectively can help get the job done.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think Loki is probably like trying to kind of put themselves together and prepare. Like, I'm assuming they haven't heard from everyone else yet. They're just kind of waiting.
Mm.
And
Uh,
so,
Mhm.
oh,
I
sorry.
suppose that thinking about continuity, the continuity editor has been fired. Because I guess at the end of the last session, you texted them immediately, being like, "Hey, okay, so let's say you have done that, and the date of which you were going to kind of do a war room meeting about it is imminent, and we are in a position where you're about to go meet up with the two of them again, and they know that you've invited them to this rendezvous."
Mm. Yeah. So, we'd like focus in on Loki. Loki's currently on a bit of a side quest. Um, Instead of going directly to go meet them, Loki has gone over to like we'll say like Stratfield, like Westfield,
Hmm.
and is currently trying to find like some vintage clothes, some vintage things. They're trying to find like some cartridges for their Game Boy and like the CEX over there and stuff.
Hmm.
And so there'll be kind of this montage of them going through all these different locations, trying to find the things to kind of put everything together and ending with them finally finding like an old copy of like one of the old Legend of Zelda games. We'll say the
Hmm.
Minish Cap,
Hmm.
um, which they are then playing on like the Lizzie line on the way back into central London.
Hmm.
Um, Loki is like trying to kind of keep it cool, but they're very concerned. Like they haven't seen anything this bad with the pulse before, and so I think they're kind of like they've organized to meet everyone in like an area near kind of Liverpool Street, that
Hmm.
sort of part of London, so near the Barbican, but not close enough to get injured by the Barbican.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
I feel like they probably still have like a bruise or something from their encounter.
Being
Like,
slammed through multiple floors into the parking lot, yes.
yeah, and like considering normally like with these pulse things, like everyone walks away like completely fine. That's really bugging them.
Mhm,
So I think like they're kind of it's almost like every time there's like a loading screen in the game and they can see their own face and see this bruise under their eye, they're like getting a little bit more worried, a little bit more concerned
mhm,
as they're nearing on this part of London. And so as they kind of like surface up from the tube and they're looking around to like work out where everyone's gone, where everyone's meeting them,
mhm,
I think there's a lot playing on their mind, and they're not really sure what to expect because they haven't seen the others in so long. They don't know who's coming. Like
Mm-hmm.
they kind of fired into the ether, like we need to meet, like show up, like come here at this time, and like they don't know if the other three are gonna be there,
Mm-hmm.
and they certainly don't know how they're doing.
Mm. The really cool idea of having it be like Liverpool Street, like station as well. Such a large area. You kind of stand underneath the kind of like now and next train scheduling, and kind of so you can keep a good look around. And it isn't long. The time gap in between them is not that long. But both Colm and Rumby do appear in very short order. Terea does not.
Mm. Yeah.
Muted
Boo.
booing in the background.
I feel like Loki, to some degree, kind of expected that, but it also probably hurts them a lot. I think like they had quite a strong relationship with Terea,
Mhm.
and like Terea helped them when they were heartbroken a lot, and they're quite upset that they haven't been able to do the same. And I think that regret is weighing on them as they try and like
Mhm.
hail down the others.
Interestingly enough, as a side note, since it's been brought up, you have received courier packages from Korea in the past, not delivered by him, but delivered by other teenagers. It seems that his role has shifted more into a postmaster than a delivery boy, and as a result, is too busy to attend, or at least that's how he'd maybe want to frame it himself. But yes, the solid click of heels and the trudge of sensible shoes arrives as Cole and Rumby enter the scene.
Hey everyone, sorry I'm late.
Hi. What's up?
Hi. Well, first of all, it's good to see you both. I know it's been a while.
Here for the call as always.
Yes, it's not the same as the others. I think it's a bit different, which is why I thought we need to talk first.
Oh,
Makes sense.
Like, are either of you familiar with the Barbican?
yeah.
I know not to drive to it at a certain time of night.
Yes, well, I'd say the time to not drive to it might have extended a little bit.
Oh no.
Oh no, they used to have some great parties there. Why? What's
Hmm.
what happened? Like
Well,
Roomby's.
you might have heard on the radio about the thefts.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
picking it up quite a lot.
So there's a pulse there. At first, I thought it was a minor pulse. I was just chasing these little gnome things that had formed out of things kind of closer to Soho, and I traced them up there. But upon entering the Barbican, it's a bit clear that the Barbican itself is the pulse. And I even met one of the residents there who bonded with it in some way. I've never seen it before, but it protected them and it wouldn't let me fight them. It wouldn't let me stop what's going on there.
Oh. When you say bonded with them, as in, is it like a host parasite sort of relationship, or is it very much a, I don't know, like a Jean Grey situation?
Or a Venom situation?
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, which
While
one
I
is
do
it?
love
Venom or Jean
the
Grey?
while I do love the comic reference here, I think while Venom is a symbiote, so in that way it would make sense. I do think it's some sort of symbiotic relationship. The pulse is kind of feeding off them and them feeding it.
oh,
I don't think it's as I don't think it's a
mm,
Venom situation. It's more of a trying to think of other
Ringworm.
reference.
or like,
Yes, something like that.
Either way, let's wait till we're all
You
gathered.
know, like
and we can go.
Penny Parker and the spider in their suit.
Oh
So
yes.
that's the fun
That
time.
kind of relationship. So like symbiotic, but not like possession. More of a
More-
they work together
We're
for a shared goal
team.
sometimes. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, that could be alarming. And does the residents seem worse off?
It's hard to tell. I've never met them before, so while they seemed quite high-strung and a little frustrating to deal with, I don't know if that's their natural state or if the pulse has emphasized these characteristics in some way. They
Either
did
way,
yell at a person and their dog, though.
let's
Oh,
wait till we all gather up. When we're all here, we can work something out. Maybe having 4 eyes, but 4 eyes, 8 eyes will make this much easier than 6.
uh, yeah, we should probably wait up. I wonder if.
Interrupting you very briefly in the middle of your thought, a girl of around 14 comes up on a Razor scooter. You're not supposed to skate inside the station. And she's got this kind of like interesting backpack situation going on, where she kind of Akira slides up next to you,
Oh,
hops off, unclips the backpack, and pulls out a relatively small box. And she looks both bored and relieved. Like, ugh, I can't believe I have to do this. And thank God the people you are here, because if you weren't here, the time limit would expire and I would be in big trouble. You're friends with him, right? You're the 90s film guy and the cabbie and the model. Yeah?
One way to
yeah.
put it. I don't like being reduced to such basic characteristics, but
It's
I
fine, it's fine, it's fine.
suppose.
Here, take this. I have like 10 seconds left.
How
Okay.
about it?
Okay.
She sighs a huge sigh of relief and kind of collapses on the floor a little bit and pulls a bottle of water. This job will kill me, I swear.
Thank
Huh.
you.
Have you considered another line of work? I must say it didn't exactly help our friend doing some of that.
She looks at you and haunted isn't quite the right word. Oh, someone will have to do it, right? And I have more free time than most. So
Does it pay?
Where is?
I guess.
uh,
Well, I guess that
Call.
answers our question if
does it pay?
Hello.
Yeah, sorry, that was multiple questions at once. Repeat that. Does it pay? Yeah, it's more than pocket money. It's just a stressful gig.
Gotta make a
Call.
living.
We should open that. Torre's not here, and he is probably one of the most punctual out of all of us.
It's from upon mention of Torre, she looks at you. It's from him.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
You don't mind? I'll dig into it.
I guess that answers our question if they're coming.
It's a very neat box. It looks handmade, and yet it still has the kind of Amazon-style paper tear to kind of open it.
Hmm.
Inside is a note card
Ooh.
that has it's handwritten, but it's not elegantly handwritten. It's in just a regular teen's handwriting, maybe with the fountain pen the school gave him. And it says, yeah, can't make it, too busy. But
Oh,
hey,
Oh.
the city says this would be handy, so don't die, I guess. Torreya.
Oh, wow.
My
Very
boy.
heartfelt.
well, if they're busy. We can't help that.
Is this not important enough to drop something for? I could be out doing work, and yet here I am trying to solve other people's problems.
Hey, look, we don't know people's lives. We all live separate lives. We're not here. Sometimes things come up that take priority.
Mhm.
Maybe whatever
Uh,
they're going through is really important.
You
And
look
we
at
could
the
be there for them.
inside the box. In addition to the note card,
Ooh.
there's something wrapped in tissue paper, or like crepe paper, the kind of stuff you'd find in a craft store.
Mhm.
It's a knife,
Oh,
bright blue, translucent. Colm gives it a tap. It doesn't ring like glass, but it seems to be some kind of surprisingly solid material for something that is see-through.
I'll put it
Uh,
away. Let's not have that displaying out in the middle.
Not in a busy
Yeah.
station. That's one way to get in
Okay.
trouble.
Mhm.
Right. So Teresa says the city said this should help, so we should take this to the Barbican.
Mhm.
All right.
You have all collectively gained, I suppose you all share the aspect of crystalline knife. Whenever you decide that that crystalline knife will be useful, mention it as part of your role, and you can use it. I will add it to the court record.
Crystalline knife. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So like Rumi's just kind of you can see them calculating, like their eyes are moving, and they're like, okay, so he's too busy. Um. Wow. That really did change a lot, and they're just gonna kind of shake their head out of it. To the Barbican.
To the Barbican, Loki. So okay if you take the lead on this one?
Are you guys not capable of using a tube map?
No, I mean like for the case.
Oh, right. Sure. Let's.
All right. Them not being around is making me a little cranky. I get that.
Bruh.
That was such a read. Like, oh, ouch.
I hope that at the end of this, there is like a supercut of every time anybody says something mean in season 1 and season 2 of this show, just back to back. As on that energy, the three of you leave the scene with just a knife, Teehee.
Such a calm. Can I see that knife, please?
Sure. I'll make sure I'm not in public.
I like the idea that the city has decided, with the nature of kind of the way that small fates collide, nobody's on the tube carriage that you're on.
Oh, thank
People
goodness.
are on the tube, but they just happen to not be sitting on the same carriage as you right now, as it rumbles in the background as you move towards Barbican Station.
Perfect. Rumbi is going to just kind of start like inspecting this knife for any sort of like markers that would, I don't know, hint at whoever made it. Like in some shape or way, they're trying to identify if there's any like craftsman stamp on it.
Delicious. How about we roll some dice about this and see what you find?
Oh yes.
As
Let's
per
roll
usual,
it.
our heart rates reset to 5 at the start of every session, as obviously all your aspects are refreshed if you use them last session. It's not going to be too difficult to find any information about this. I think it's only just the one hit, so roll your heart rate of 5 and see if you can get at least 1, 5, or 6.
Okie dokie. Let's go.
While you do that, I'm going to remember where my dice are. Ooh.
Good grab. So that is just 550.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I have 2.
Any ones in that roll? Everybody else is here.
No, I only got a 2, two 2s, 1 3, and
Okay, and a 5. Beautiful. In that case, yeah, ask me one question about this knife, and I will answer it truthfully.
Ooh. What would be a good question to ask this knife? Probably. Oh, what is the? Yeah. What is the nature of the pulse that is in the Barbican?
Oh, funnily enough, the way that I meant that was more that you
Oh,
can ask me a question about the knife and I'll
oh, about
respond
the.
truthfully. But
Okay.
no, we can. If you'd like that to be your question, I'll see if I can kind of connect some lines together about this. Um, or
I
if
think.
you want to kind of ask a specific question about the knife, you can change your question. Either or.
Mm, actually, who made this knife?
Okay, yes. Uh, you give the knife a bit of an inspect. It seems that there is a degree of like a perspective warping as you look through it, almost like a magnifying glass. You
Hmm.
can kind of see on the other side things are a little closer in the way that light is refracted through it. And as you hold it up to the light, like one of the kind of overhead lights on the in the tube carriage, you can see that there is an emblem inside it. Uh, and it is one of oh yeah, it's a hammer. There is a
Ooh,
large kind of like elaborate riveted hammer.
interesting. Okay. Rumbi is just going to point this out to the others. And has anyone seen anything that looks like this? Any street tags? Any
Loki
graffiti
has.
stickers?
Hmm.
Without needing to roll for it, because hey, you pull out the business card that the very fancy man on the tube gave you the other day for Hephaestus tailoring. Same hammer.
Hmm. It would
Oh,
seem that we're looking for the same person. The reason I was at the Barbican originally, well, before gnomes, was to go to this tailoring place.
oh. Uh, why were you going to tailor?
Well, there's a there's a person I see on the tube a lot. Um, Never spoken to me, but I feel like we have like a mutual understanding of style and clothes, and they spoke to me for the first time actually yesterday. They told me that if I was interested in a club like theirs, with people in the same sort of understanding of fashion and unique appeal to the wider world, that I should go meet their friend who makes all of their outfits.
Did you
And
meet
yeah,
them?
that's no. The gnomes happened, and then after everything, the Barbican itself seemed to decide I wasn't welcome anymore. Right, that's how I got this bruise. It decided to throw me through the floor into the car park, and I
Ooh.
figured that it was better to get out of there than find out what it would do next.
You decide to omit to mention that the reason why the Barbican did that is because you decide to try and destroy public property.
Yeah.
You keep that detail to yourself. As we are now arriving at Barbican. Barbican. Please exchange for the Hammersmith and City lines and the Bakerloo line. Oh, that's going to be factually inaccurate. I might have to check that later. That's fine.
When you said it,
Um,
I thought that you had like a tube map up and had cross reference. I was
No,
like, damn,
no, I'm
okay.
just doing this from memory. I'm pretty sure the Barbican is at least Bakerloo, though. As you exit, fun fact: if you go up an additional flight or two of stairs, there is a walkway from the station directly into the estate, which you
Hmm.
decide to take this time. Having when you approach from the ground level, there are ways onto the estate from ground level, but they're not visually
Mhm.
obvious by design. The whole place is kind of echoing the nature of the Roman walls it was initially built on and gives the impression of a fortress, a castle. But hey, there's a walkway where you don't need to get past the battlements. It is a direct line. Meanwhile, within the estate, how well did you sleep, Antonor?
I don't think Antonor slept at all. She's been on a power trip.
Mm-hmm. What does Antonor Severe having a power trip look like?
I think aside sort of like the mental note keeping that she does on every neighbor that she has a complaint about, but
Mhm.
knows it's not enough to actually file a complaint, has just been parading with the textile pow bunker
Mhm.
and having bizarre conversations about art and making kind of like vague allusions to ancient Greek tyranny.
It is around 7 in the morning when you get a polite rapping on your door.
Okay.
The rapping
Um,
is faintly wet.
a wet rap at my door. Well, I
Mhm.
better go open it. Yeah, no. Sort of like looking up from the um, self-help tape,
Mhm.
like rewatch. She strides through the door and kind of like opens it. Not sort of like no chain lock, but just
Mm.
kind of like an eye is like forming in the slit.
Maybe it's because you don't have a full open view of the door of the hallway because you're just
Mhm.
looking through the gap. Or maybe it's just the kind of trick of the light or the fact that you're tired, but you can't get a good read of the person standing outside, but they seem to be in a business suit. Uh, Excuse me. Is this is the abode of Antonor Severe, correct?
This is she.
I am a representative of the I'm a representative of the Barbican Estate Community Hall. I'm here to deliver formal messaging.
Hmm. On whose behalf?
There is a pause. This will all be detailed in the letter I'm provided to give you, but I am at liberty to say that you have had a notice served from. Have the note, please.
Okay. Sort of
Sorry.
like
Yes, you've had a notice served from 56B when Robert and Ian.
no. But I explained to them why I had to do this.
Please, Antonor Severe, open the door so you may receive the formal letter of complaint.
Slide it through the slit. I will not open my door any further.
There is a creaking. Uh, in a way that one would you hear a stream the idea of you're alone in your house and
Mhm.
it's relatively late and you hear a strange creaking or a movement or a tapping, and there is a moment where you feel that your private space has been intruded, and then on reflection or possibly investigation you realize it is the house settling, the fridge humming, or like raindrops running off the gutter roof and tapping somewhere. This sense strikes you now, but there is not the relief of it being mundane. Your
Mm,
apartment creaks in protest to your refusal.
okay. I, I take notice of this. Actually, can I? Because Antonor still thinks there's some sort of like art and sort of
Hmm.
like destiny thing going on. Can I
Hmm.
roll to see like this is?
Oh, absolutely. You can roll to see how you feel about the
Mm-hmm.
hostile architecture. Two
Absolutely.
hits.
Two.
Oh, by the way, Rimby, you can choose to increase or decrease or keep your heart rate the same since you succeeded your roll.
Ooh. I will keep it steady.
Perfect. Okay, yes.
All right. Here we go. Only one hit and one
Hmm.
one.
Uh, there is the glass armor of your bravado of what you got up to in the last 24 hours is shattered by precise strike of the fact that your own haven from the world outside, the place where you refuse to leave unless you absolutely had to, is protesting your behavior. It genuinely scares you. Your heart rate increases by 2.
By two. Okay.
Hmm.
Well,
When you fail a roll, I can change your heart rate by up to 2.
fair enough. This sense of palpitation. I think I comply, saying, "Well, if it doesn't fit through the slit, what do I see?"
Uh, it's hard to process. You think you're tired and you blink a little bit. It seems to be the first glance with your artist brain turned on.
Hmm.
It is the platonic abstract realization of a businessman. Like, it would be very hard to determine specific features about this person. It's just it's an official. An official is at your
Gotcha.
door.
Yeah.
Then maybe it's a flickering of the light, or it's narrowing your attention, and it's a person. It's a business. It's a somebody who is where there's a badge on the suit that the businessman is wearing that has the Barbican like emblem on it, and you take them to be a member of staff or general kind of like estate maintenance. There's an entire like essentially business custodian squad that operate keeping this place running.
Mhm.
These hallways have to be cleaned, and rubbish has to be removed, and land rent has to be paid. And it is the company that operates that is standing at your door with a letter.
Okay. Cycling through some prefab options from the self-help tapes.
Mm-hmm.
She goes, "I respect authority so much, thank you."
Mm-hmm. There is a curt nod as the letter is handed over to you. Please read the letter immediately, Entenor Severe. That is my business with you today. And they turn and walk away.
Uh-huh. I can I add a little like string to them?
Ooh, okay. Interesting. And how are you doing this? Mundanely or using your new pulse fighting measures?
I think I want to use like the hard weave, like since acquiring like the PAL bunker on
Mhm.
her arm. I think there's been some quiet experimentation with her free hand to kind of like create. Oh, actually, no, work on that. I still have that gnome in my backpack.
Sure.
Can I have a piece of the gnome sort of like attached to it, since that's supernatural?
Yes. At this point, with time having passed, this minor pulse is starting to conceptually unravel as well as
Okay.
literally. But there is still enough there. You will yourself, since as you understand this thing is a part of you or is related to you in some way,
Mhm.
your kind of ego trip had you kind of forget about this world detail, and so it started to stop existing, and you're like, no, 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 this
I
is a
need
real thing
this.
I have on me and I can
Yeah.
use it and this is useful. And so you pull it from your backpack and it exists in
Yeah.
your hands in as I say, a partially unraveled state. um
I've named it Hipparchus.
I don't think you need to roll for this, but you try and attach it to the figure as it leaves. How subtle are you being about this?
I think I want to be subtle. I think this is,
Okay.
encountering, especially since the creaking,
Hmm.
putting two and two together. It's like, okay, no, this is a force I shouldn't mess with, but am intrigued by.
Sure. You manage to, in its determined march, it's moving quite quickly, so
Hmm.
you have to um like soft run down the hallway after it to kind of catch back up again, but you manage to kind of subtly tag it as you do make your way back.
Yeah,
Do you read the letter?
I do.
Mhm. Addressed to Antonor Severe, it has come to our attention that a formal complaint has been filed from the residents at 56B in that you have threatened them with a quote unquote soft weapon. We, as a member of we as the Council of the Barbican Estate, have determined that to resolve this, you should give back to the space and give 56B a wide berth from this going forward. Your current immediate duty is to sweep the front entrance to the Barbican. You look to your right in the doorway, like you kind of move back into your apartment and kind of stand in your kind of entrance to it and read this. And then as you finish reading the letter, there is a quiet clatter to the side, and you look, and a broom has been left by the side of your door. You do not remember if it was there already.
I lower my letter, then I go, my harmonious, my Aristogaiden, my subjects, they're betraying me and making me do manual labor. No! And I just like start
on hard cut to as time of these two moments kind of re-intertwine themselves as the group leave the Barbican station and make their way over the bridge, and you see kind of a very open and yet surprisingly closed set of concrete and stone walkways, a couple of floors up, so if you walked further you could peer over the balcony into the courtyard below, and standing in one of these open plazas is an older woman in her mid to late 40s, sweeping leaves and detritus away, wearing an absolutely immense backpack. Loki recognizes her immediately. Oh, you are muted.
So, like, arriving, like, you kind of lower the voice and just look to the others and kind of hold them back for a second. Be like, this one's the one who'd be Penny in the scenario thing we were talking about.
Oh. Okay.
I
Are
don't
we
know
gonna do
where,
that?
like, the spider robot is, but last I saw, they put it in that bag, so we should beware. I don't really like the idea of them just having pulse at their command.
Okay. Rumbi is going to proceed casually, and just as they're like coming up to the person, say hello. May I believe Rumi's gonna look at Chalky and say, you might have some information that we need.
This statuesque person in Killer Heels is speaking to you, Antonor Severe. Why?
Rolodexing. Realizes there's not a lot sort of like self-help for someone approaching you rather than you approaching someone. It goes like, I don't like being outside.
Okay. I assume you're working, yes?
I'm being punished.
For what? Who punish you by putting you outside?
For my art. I'm a well-known unpublished artist and I'm being punished for practicing it.
Now you say this, but I've
Oh,
tried
God!
looking you up since we were last here, and I haven't found anything.
I get my
Please,
weapon
could you
out.
define well-known?
on the 0 hits on Google, and in response, Antonor Severe pulls her weapon.
It's like the SEOs stacked against independent artists. You know this. I googled you and I found nothing.
I mean, to be fair, mine's probably a bit more difficult considering I have to compete with a god. It just looks at the camera like.
Loki.
I did
Quick aside. Quick aside. Aren't we asking this person for help?
Must we?
Well, I mean, you know what happened. They seem quite helpful, so maybe we should try being nice.
I don't know about helpful. Last time they picked up a piece of pulse and tried to make it a part of themselves. It doesn't exactly seem helpful, but
Well,
I suppose they might know the area.
I don't think some of us are in the position to judge someone for doing something like that.
While you huddle, I'm just picturing Antonor Severe slightly out of frame, just kind of like Final Fantasy ready stance with weapon.
What's that supposed to mean?
Okay,
Rumbi
everyone,
is
look, I love you both. Let's not fight. We just
but
want to get this done.
No,
but
I don't want to fight. I just want to understand what our friend here is trying to say before we get into a situation where emotions being high might be a problem.
oh, I am not fighting, and with that, Rumbi is going to like pivot sharply and face you and say, "Well, you did have an experience with the pulse, so I was just made the correlation that those who have been in that similar situation before shouldn't really pass judgment on others who are in it now. We managed to help you, did we not?
Well, yes, but
So we
we
may
still
be
haven't
able to.
seen one of us after that. So I don't know if we're the best to help anyone right now.
Well, it is hard to help those who do not want it.
Either
I
way,
see.
we can deal with this at a later time. Let's try and be nice to the lovely sweeping person.
Of course.
Lovely.
Please. And your name is?
Loki, I am trying to turn a new leaf. Please, please, same team.
Okay, fine. But look, just consider for a second. We do need to be aware. They don't know about the pulse. They got their first phone call when I was last here. This isn't like the other people we've met. This isn't like Vox. They don't know about all this. So we need to be careful.
Yes,
We
and
could just tell them.
yes, we can help. We all had to learn somehow, and this is an opportunity for us to to do more good. So, um,
Antonor, you have thrown down the metaphorical duelist glove to participate in artful combat, and they are ignoring you.
I go, I really respect ignoring people when they're right there. That's from my self help tape, actually. I recognize that. Zen Buddhist martial arts grind set, given by Stone Kerchest. I recognize that. Um, being dealt this, I've decided I don't like this. Hiya, and I go in for the punch.
who you swinging at?
Loki, and I choose to fail.
Sure, absolutely. As you go in for the swing, so we won't roll dice about this. Nobody's heart rate changes. Loki, this is a weapon that is made of cushions. This is absurd. It hits you in the chest, and we get a little like 0 damage, like just rises out of you, and you just. How do you kind of get Antonor away from you in a way that is not like actively like trying to clock her?
Yeah, I feel like Loki I imagine is relatively tall, and from my understanding, Antonor's like not. So I feel like they kind of look at this at their chest, just kind of
Turtle, yeah.
yeah, kind of hold it and just like gently push it down,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like, now, what exactly was your intentions here?
Hey, can I join your side now?
Hold on. You in the moment of like Loki effortlessly countering your opening attack, you expect the estate, your art, to come to your aid as it did yesterday. A wind rustles through the trees and past your ears, and you hear in your heart of hearts, deep in your soul, people being punished do not get the estate's aid, as it does not come to your help and you are easily blocked.
I immediately disarm myself, steeple my fingers. You looking for a fourth?
um,
We're not that kind of group.
No, that's not what I meant.
oh, you want?
Nah.
No,
Nah.
it was not a proposition. That much I can directly state.
Why do people always do this when they meet bi people?
I'm gonna step in, be like, "Hi,
Hold on.
define what you mean by we're looking for a fourth." Nobody, how do you know that?
I overheard you. You were standing 2 meters away.
I guess we weren't exactly very discreet, were we?
That is fair.
Yes. We will need your help, and we are willing to help you help yourself in a way. So, how much? I know Loki was saying you don't really know much about the pulse. Yes.
We're all artists.
Hmm.
Well, that's not really a qualifier for being involved, to my knowledge.
But to be
Ah,
honest,
So
in a
Terea
way,
an
we do
artist.
art.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
If
start with
Terea
names.
wasn't an artist. Terea was just Boxman.
All right. First off, there is. You know what? We'll come back to that later. Hi, I'm Colm.
Hello, I'm Antenor.
Nice to meet
Severe.
you. These are my friends.
Mhm.
Introduce yourselves.
hello. My name is Rumbi Karanga, and Rumbi's hand is going to like just eloquently extend towards you.
There is a widening of pupils of recognition hearing your name. And can I roll to see if I don't geek out?
The idea of this being an opposed check is genuinely funny to me. So you can just either choose this, or this could be a roll off and somebody's heart rate will change. Either or.
I'll look at Tendai. What do you think?
Roll off.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Rollies.
For a reminder for those listening, when it's a PvP roll, both people involved roll their heart rate. Whoever gets more hits gets the outcome that they want and can change theirs or their opponent's heart rate by the difference.
Okay.
I got 4 hits.
Wow.
Okay. Wow, I only got one hit.
So that is Antonor winning with a difference of 3. Would you like to change your own or Rumbi's heart rate by up to 3 in either direction?
I'd like to change mine back to 5.
Okay.
And I go,
yes, go ahead.
so nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
Like what you do.
Thank
That was a
you.
way to phrase it.
I'd love to see some of your artwork. How can we help you finish your punishment so we may go inside and maybe speak?
Can can there just be 3 brooms just like materializing?
Oh, absolutely.
You've
I
got
just
to be
gesture
kidding
at
me.
them.
Okay.
The house I'm in wants me to clean.
Tell us more about this house. Rumbi's gonna just grab a broom and start like almost like speed brushing. Oh, what's that sport? It's like
Like
Curling?
Curling?
yeah, so kind of like curling, but they are literally almost like sprinting up and down, trying to get this done as quickly as possible. They're like, no, listen,
Yeah.
time, we've got things to do.
Mhm.
I'm gonna grab both brooms and I'm gonna hand one to Loki.
Loki's already got their Game Boy out and is just playing it. Like
Loki, same team. Grab a broom. Let's work together.
It's not my fault they decided to yell at the gays who have dogs.
But it is you're leading for this entire thing, so please take the lead and lead by example.
Hearing that, Antenor thinks, I should be punished.
As you all like brush, and there's like a fast. There's I think between Loki and Antenor, there's like a so yesterday. And then it kind of goes into like fast motion as as everybody's like sweeping and talking and walking and talking, and you're not
Mhm.
really paying so much attention to where you are in the spaces you're sweeping as you're making this conversation. I think visually it looks like you are all in the same place, and the estate around you is like twisting like a puzzle box.
Ooh.
And before long, as you kind of like reach the end of the explanation, I think we kind of hit the point of like, and then I was like unceremoniously thrust into the car park in the basement floor, and it was very indignant. When there is like a keening and a ringing sound, and it's not the one that you're used to hearing, the like a ringtone of when the city is talking to you.
Mm-hmm.
It feels more like a singing bowl, a large
Ooh.
block of ice being tapped. There is a reverberation in the air, a cold sounding tone. Um, who's holding the crystalline knife right now?
Rumbi was the last one with it.
Mhm. Yeah, it's like making a noise. There's a it's almost like rhythmic. Like there was a
Mm-hmm. Ooh. They're going to start kind of like moving around in like a semi circle sort of shape and like holding it out like a like to see if anything is going to change.
Dowsing rod. Yeah, that
Yes.
sounds good to me. Yeah, let's roll some dice about it if you want to be in charge of that. Feel free to go and, if you would like to use up Crystalline Dagger as an aspect for additional dice. This is going to be tricky. We're going for 3 hits here.
3 hits. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
So I've got
Do I just see Rumi pull out a knife?
Yeah, yes.
I jump the fuck back.
so that's 2 5s and a 6.
How you do it? Marvelous. Um, it's interesting. There's like a detecting through. You realize quite swiftly that holding it out like blade first looks absolutely wild. So you do the kind of like a
Flip it.
chef knife safety and hold it gently by the blade and point the handle around. And it each tone there's like a as you move through the space and hold this thing, and there's a whoa 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 whoa, and you also hear in the background in the middle distance like a tinking of metal being hit together, and eventually that sound of clanking gets louder and louder, and at this point the knife is vibrating so much with each impact you do actually have to hold it by the handle because it's shaking so much it could threaten to cut you. And you glance through the glass, the blue of the of the blade, and oh, there's a door. And then you move the knife away, and it's empty, like concrete wall. And you put the
Oh.
knife back in line of sight through eye. There's a door.
Sick.
Huh. Okay. Um I think you might be the best person to go first, as you are a resident of the Barbican.
What?
And
Antonov Severe, you look at where Rumby is looking like mildly confused. Oh,
Mhm.
just one of the stores in the Barbican is here. This is Hephaestus Tailoring.
Yes, and I've been here.
There are
a few
mannequins in the windows.
Mhm.
There's the hours that it's open. The lights are on, so there's definitely somebody inside. From the POV of literally everyone else, empty concrete wall.
Yeah, no, I'll go inside, and I open a door.
Inside
What?
where?
Yes, and then suddenly your kind of like understandings like overlay properly, and yeah, you see everybody else sees Antonov Severe go. I love describing by full name; it's such a fun thing to
so
say.
good.
Goes
Yeah.
over to a featureless concrete wall, grabs at nothing, opens a door, and a shop exists.
Yeah.
How did you? I thought you said you hadn't seen Pulse before.
I've seen door before, Loki.
And there isn't one. Well, there wasn't one.
What is
Loki,
this?
Loki, it's the Barbican. You can't. We just 3 brooms materialized in the air in front of us like 5 minutes ago.
Good point.
I thought they were already there, and I just hadn't been paying attention.
That last bit is definitely true.
Please, Madame Severe,
Mm-hmm.
This is
Go ahead. Sorry.
Thank you for beauty, I insist.
for your work, Rumbi. Lots of good inspiration, I think. Yeah, let's go inside.
Wait. What's the name of this place? Just
Hephaestus Tailoring. It's I don't
you mean
make use of it, but they sell quality product.
this is where I was looking for when I met you yesterday? How
Really?
come have we just walked up to it? I thought you said that it was just in the like residential parts.
Well, yeah, that's where we are now. But you were talking about a concrete wall.
Yeah, there was nothing here.
There's been a store here since how many years?
You think? Hmm.
Always.
Hmm.
There's
Okay.
always been a store here, Loki.
huh?
But there wasn't.
I feel I need to repeat this again. We're in the Barbican. There's a reason we don't drive here at a certain time of night.
How are you so okay with this? Like this is
Well,
weirder than
Is
that
it
party
Okay,
you showed
so
Crumbie last
a
year.
few weeks ago, months ago, we made a train appear in the middle of central London. I mean, at this point,
At least the train existed before we got on it.
nothing should surprise. What normally you're right, but when it comes to the Barbican, I have learned a very valuable lesson in all of my driving institutions. Don't go to the Barbican at a certain time of night. It's weird
But it's the
here.
middle of the day.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, it really
Okay,
does.
fine.
Let's just focus up. We're gonna get this done, and we can get out of here as soon as we can.
Mm-hmm. The sound
Agreed.
of like loud metallic metal on metal is louder as you step inside. There is a rush of heat in the same way that if you went to like a dry cleaners, there's a
Mhm.
warm humidity in there. It's a very neat area. We see various kind of custom tailored pieces on mannequins. There's like a big book of various different kind of like fabrics that you can kind of select for texture and color.
Ooh.
There is a very large black man, quite portly, in shirtless but with a kind of blacksmith's apron on, with a gigantic hammer, just slamming it into a waistcoat on an anvil. Cling, cling.
Okay, I take it back. That's actually quite weird. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I know. I was
Thank
thinking
you.
that.
Uh,
Okay,
Someone
that bit.
understands that
You
this
got me. You
isn't a
got me.
normal
You
place.
got me.
Yeah,
Room-
Lovecraft.
Roombi is like they are flitting around, just looking at all the things, and they're like, and like their face is still oddly stoic, but you can see their movements are fast, and they're like going through the swatch book, and um, h- uh, and you must be Hephaestus.
Oh. Oh, sorry. I have guests. Hi. And the man moves from this kind of like the intense amount of heat that is radiating from this back room forge slash atelier, and he steps through and kind of hits a button, and like a heat shutter comes down, and the temperature like cuts in half.
Wow. Um,
I
that
guess
is.
at this time of day, if I may ask, do any of you have a particular invitation or affiliation to the business?
I still have packages from here, right? Or Loki does.
So above table, you were getting boxes from Asbestos Fabrics.
Oh.
So different, unusual business going on here. But yes, Loki does indeed have a business card for him.
Yeah, Loki's just kind of like fumbles through their pockets, pulls out like a Tamagotchi and like a load of other random crap, and then eventually fishes it out, and it's just like, I got given this.
A he rummages around in like one of the pouches in the front and pulls out a pair of glasses, and leans over the counter, just a force of a man. Ah, well, if somebody gave you a business card to Hephaestus Tailoring, then I suppose they were trying to suggest you as a new potential client. If I may be so bold as to ask, who gave you that card?
Um, Actually, they didn't give me a name. It's just this guy I see on the tube a lot. Normally on the way to places in the morning, but that time was more like afternoon. They just happened to be
What
there too.
armor were they wearing, if you don't have their name? That's an odd
Um,
way to say it.
Hmm.
well, they weren't wearing armor per se. They were wearing like a kind of dandy suit.
Hmm. That sounds to me like Client Heimdall. I didn't realize he was in the
Kind.
business of inviting new people in. Very well, though. He does not give his business cards out easily. You must think that you are fitting of my style of tailoring.
Well, that's lovely to hear. Is it okay if my friends are here too?
Mhm.
Most of them are
we
crafters as well.
we
One
do
of them tries
allow
Texas.
temporary guests, and it seems
Mm.
that you have come along with Miss Severe.
Yes.
Hello.
Um.
Yes.
What's crack-a-lackin', Severe?
Rolo dicing. Don't need clothes.
he he raises his eyebrows. He's used to your style of speech, but that was a new one. Very well. Well, I am I do believe my schedule has opened for working on a new piece. What armor did you have in mind? And looks to you, Loki, for a name.
The name is Loki.
There's a broad smile. Ah, invited to be part of the pantheon. Then I understand.
Pantheon?
Uh. Hephaestus, Heimdall,
Yes, but they're not
Loki.
even the same pantheon. Hephaestus is Greek, isn't
Okay,
it?
I swear.
But
I'm both.
but it's a pantheon.
Mhm.
Loki just looks very confused. It's like
Names
I
come with
mean,
meanings, Loki.
I suppose.
Mm. There is he kind of like looks away. It's like, well, nominative determinism does have some weight in spaces like this, anyway. Anyway,
Mhm.
uh, it feels that this is something of a fateful encounter, and looking at like looking over past you, Loki, to Colm, some of your guests seem a little surprised to be finding us here. Uh, is there something I can help with?
Um. Well, we a friend of ours gave us this delightful um, dagger, and it led us to you. Um,
Ah, I was wondering where that pair of shades went. He takes it, big meaty hand, just kind of plucks it out of your inventory, and upon like unclasping it again, it is a pair of very, very fancy sunglasses.
oh, oh, that is quite fascinating,
I
actually.
work in the line of forging armaments for these mean streets, he says with a wry smile.
A
You
stroller
talking about the
down the
Bolton
hallway.
police?
um, and uh, well, excuse me, I'll just be in the back. Loki, I believe you uh, have been called or summoned in some shape, way, or form for your armor.
Also, don't forget,
Um,
we are here to hunt the pulse.
yes, yeah, don't worry. I'll put in an order and then we can go about our ways, although perhaps Hephaestus here might have some information that could be
Mhm.
helpful for us.
Yeah. Why are you getting fitted? Just tell him what happened.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And so there is a brief kind of I suppose montage as you're being measured and explaining the circumstances at hand.
Mm.
It seems like Hephaestus, while kind of taking notes and measuring you, doesn't really sound like he's listening. I'm going to ask you. This is entirely improvised, but I'm loving this. He's going to ask you 3 questions. What is your favorite color?
Well, is it fair to say all of them? I'm particularly fond of purples and greens, but as you can probably tell by what I'm wearing, I don't really like to be too committal.
Noted.
They're wearing like a brightly colored windbreaker that's like lots of different colored
Oh
patches.
yeah. That kind of I know exactly that kind of like ski jacket.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coleman and Ansonor in the back, like, just pick one.
um,
Oh, if I said that, I did just see 3 faces all shaking their heads at me.
I like all colors. I'm like,
uh,
please.
when you face down the dragons of life, what weapon do you carry by your side?
Well, it's a bit unusual, but normally the main thing I can rely on is my board.
There is a glance. Is that a blade or a shield?
Depending on the time, it is both.
I see. When in when navigating the complex social politics of this kingdom and you feel vulnerable, what part of you feels vulnerable?
My heart. I always feel exposed and ready that someone would just stab straight through it.
Understood. He finishes measuring. 2 things. Thank you for taking the time. I'm sure I'll. There is another wry smile. I'm happy to leave payment until you collect the item if you do not currently have the funds.
What sort of payment would we be talking about here?
He does not answer you. The other important matter, you were talking about the nature of the Barbican and the pulse that lies within. Yes, there is a strong coalescence of emotions here. You are in a rebuild of an ancient fortress. People have lived here, felt protected here from the streets at hand. And this is a place that understands that it is a protection, that it is a castle.
But what is it protecting people from?
That's a very good question. I suppose everybody's dragons to fight are different. Those that would siege their kingdoms come from different backgrounds and are of different natures. And the Barbican has done its best to understand them all.
But what does this mean for when we solve the pulse here? After all, we're not just here to sightsee it, we are here to vanquish it.
I suppose there is he hesitates and thinks about how you can see he's thinking about how to word this, or maybe he's just thinking about how he can express this at all considering where he is. And so what he does is that he goes to the front door, closes it, locks it, sets the sign to closed. He comes back to all of you. The residents of the Barbican estate are so well protected that, and the estate itself is so available to meet all of their needs of food, of education, of culture, of greenery. There is no reason for anybody who lives here to leave here.
That's what I've been saying for the past 23 years.
Unfortunately, Antonor, not everybody agrees with you.
Hmm.
Why?
It's like a
How?
prison of its own making. Just because you don't want to leave doesn't mean you shouldn't.
Mm.
He
And
looks a little sad, but does not elaborate. Go ahead, Rimby.
so, by keeping essentially its food supply here, it can feed forever.
Truly a symbiotic relationship, like between clownfish and its sea anemones, between grasses and
Yes.
stingrays.
Hmm.
Venom?
It does sound quite venom-like, yes.
It
It even
Yeah.
is like that one does fit a bit more. Like it is Venom, and then like Eddie Brock or
Who?
who's the one that the
Who?
other one that sometimes is Venom.
I don't understand.
Me neither.
Uh,
Don't worry, I'll
it's
lend you a comic and it'll explain.
Actually, I just watched the movie.
Oh, you're
that
one
is
of those
also an
people.
option.
Well, I don't have time to read comics. Sorry. Losing focus. Back to where we were.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll lend you one as well.
And
No, I'm good, thank you.
I think maintaining the same slightly sad expression, regrettably, the Barbican estate does have a lot of things. It does have a theatre. It does not necessarily. Oh, I'm gonna have to fact check myself. I'm
Don't
gonna
say
fact check myself. Hold on.
You know what it's
Hold
like,
on.
God!
This wouldn't matter. But maybe it's alternate universe London, so I can be
Sorry, if it's
You
not
could make
accurate,
it
I'm
work.
not playing anymore. I'm out. Sorry. I need my one.
You're not
immersion ruined.
Detail.
Immersion ruined.
Yeah,
The
this is
Barbican.
sponsored by the UK Tourism Board. You need to get it right.
I was so proud of myself for being really, actually quite factually accurate with everything I mentioned about the South Bank. And I'm like, I've been to the Barbican considerably less. I shouldn't hold myself to unrealistic standards. And yet here we are. But hey, at me. Send rip those who are watching this video in post. If I'm incorrect about anything, please tell me in the comments so the channel can get interaction. Please and thank you. To bring us back into the moment, in listening to your discussion about having watched the movie of Venom, whatever that is to Hephaestus, regrettably, while the estate does have a theatre, it technically does not have a cinema.
Technically?
Okay, but that is quite beside the point. You, Loki, you said just because they are here doesn't mean they should stay here, and you seem to be implying the same thing. That so we need to free the residents of the Barbican.
But we can't do that until we know what the pulse
What it is.
before
What
we even
emotion?
start.
Yeah. Is it the feeling of safety?
Antonor raises her hands.
Sorry, you can talk without having to raise your hands.
Just making sure. Are you all landlords? Are you gonna evict us?
Oh, honey, no.
I think I'd be one of them. Trash of the earth.
Well, actually, technically, isn't that what we're doing?
Well, giving people the
Not
choice of whether they
to
want to be
leave.
here isn't the same as kicking them out. Some might become aware of where they've spent and lost years, but
we're
at the end of the
assuming
day, they can choose whether they want to go.
we're assuming if we do this, they can still choose to stay.
And I think at like loudly vocalizing the residents choosing to leave, despite Hephaestus's attempts, there is a rumble. We see kind of like the mannequins kind of like shake and one kind of like falls over. It seems
Right.
that my ability is to go and keep the nature of the estate out was not as successful as I'd hoped. You should step
Okay.
outside.
That's
Oh.
probably best.
Hmm.
Hi,
Wanna
just
get
a heads
eaten
up.
by an
I
estate
love your
thing.
work. I think you're doing great. If I never see you again, it'll be a crime. Have a great day.
Mhm. And the lights flicker, go out, and
Oop.
then suddenly the entire room is turned 90 degrees on its side, and as the kind of like front door of the Hephaestus Tailoring slams its way open, everybody falls out into the concrete abyss below. And we're going to go and take a 5-minute break. We're going to go stretch and rehydrate.
Dang, okay.
Wow.
Ah!
Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's well rested. Meanwhile, to our heroes falling as gravity shifts and flings them out of Hephaestus Tailoring, we see elsewhere on the estate a quite thin, wiry woman with auburn but graying hair and very kind of like comfortable but maybe slightly old-fashioned clothing is preparing to step outside. Her name is Janice Waits, and she is on the best of days maybe a little frail, but still tries to do what she can in the interim. She's not so great with people, but does appreciate when one of her neighbors, Antonor Severe, does come to visit. Even if they do talk through the door, human interaction is human interaction. On this afternoon, she's decided something. In a state where she was feeling a little too unwell to do so, she sent Antonor a message to ask her to go and pick up groceries on her behalf. The estate does have a fabulous supermarket, but even that distance was a little bit beyond her that day. And she's feeling that she wants to go and do something nice in exchange. Buying a cake would be nice. In fact, thinking about it, she remembers a particularly nice patissier. It's not even too far away, maybe about Farringdon or so. It's a walk of maybe 15, 20 minutes. But she can do that. Steeling herself, intentionally taking her morning easy so she would have the spoons to do so. She steps outside of her apartment and starts making her way towards the exit of the Barbican. The walk, it's been a while since she's done this walk, but it feels like it's taking her longer than it usually does. She keeps walking. It's been about 15 minutes now of just walking. The exit should be here, and in fact, she can see the cars moving, the rushing of air, and the slightly overcast summer afternoon sun through the kind of like partitions in the brutalist concrete of the world outside. But she does not seem to be getting there. She stops in mild confusion and thinks. And then, oh, silly me. I don't need to go there. I'm pretty sure the supermarket actually has a new baker's section. And they got in a patissier from overseas, I think. And they've been serving all kinds of interesting new cakes on the daily lately, so I don't think I necessarily need to go that far. All right. And so she turns back, remembering that she didn't need to go and go all of that way. Everything she needs is right here. Coming back to the circumstances currently at hand, you all land with a rush and a big kind of like rush of leaves, kind of like plumes upwards and outwards, as you all find yourselves in a pile of swept up leaves.
My head just sort of like backpack first pops out, and then my head. Like, huh? What happened?
Uh, we were thrown out of the forge?
Yes, so
Is everyone all right?
Yeah.
feels better than last time,
Mhm.
but I guess I
Hephaestus
pissed
is
it off a bit more last time.
Hephaestus is not there. It's just the four of you.
Loki, what did you
Yes?
mean by lost years?
Hmm?
You mentioned lost years from about people having lived here. Do you think I've wasted time?
I mean, you said you've been here for 23 years. Do you not wonder what's changed in the world outside these walls?
Why should I? I have my art. I have my walls.
And what
Isn't
about
it
your
enough?
family, your friends? Do they all live with you in the Barbican?
Do you presume to know about my family situation?
Well, no, but like Antonor, this isn't meant to be harsh in any way, but do you think in any way that by being here you might have shut yourself away from people who might have cared about you?
There's like a look in her eye that isn't the Rolodexing look. This is like between sort of like the defenses of self-help tapes and bad relationship advice, just like landing right in the middle there. I can't have. I chose this.
If I
People don't
may,
always make good choices.
Mhm.
if I may, Antonio, is there anyone outside the Barbican that you know that you think cares about you?
Well, two people, in fact. Larynx Coachella and Stone Kerchest. I'm a fan of their work and always get their VHS tapes. Yes, they know me.
And when's
And
the last time you saw them?
Don't need to see them.
have you ever thought of maybe just leaving to go see where they are in case they have a show or something you want to go see?
Oh no,
No.
no.
Why
Why
not?
not?
And you mull about this, Antonor, as you start to kind of process where the estate put you. It's again actually quite warm where you are, but it's much more of a moist heat. Um, there is sunlight, but it seems to be filtering through something, and you glance and there's glass above you. Oh, you're in the conservatory.
Hmm.
Well, the estate has a very large conservatory of tropical plants that's maintained meticulously by the in-house gardener, and well, uh, it's quite pleasant to walk around. A variety of different things. Actually, I suppose from your perspective, it's pleasantly static. It has, excuse me, the same old familiar scenery. In it is a pleasant walk in the instances where you want to get some fresh air but not feel too exposed. You visited the conservatory on a number of occasions. Please, Ruben, tell me. And this can be a real plant that you know, or just describing what you see. Either is fine. We don't need to be technical.
Mhm.
What is a plant that you particularly notice here in abundance?
Um, I think fig trees.
Hmm. Yeah, a large number of figs of various kinds, both the like edible, like a biblical kind, I suppose,
Hmm.
but also what we would call strangling figs, the parasitic tree slash vine that climbs around larger trees, saps all of their nutrients, and then leaves behind a filigree column as the tree inside has died and withered away. Is very cool and very haunting to look at.
Mhm.
Um, Chucky, what type of plants does Loki see in abundance here? It is different to fig trees.
I think Loki would probably notice a lot of those like pitcher like plants, or it's like the like hanging plants that have the big, large bits that they kind of open up and fill with water and bugs.
Absolutely, those kind of carnivorous plants move so slowly and yet so have designed themselves to be elaborate traps. The people that wander into their space have no idea what they are getting into until it is too late. Lloyd, what kind of plants does Colm see here in abundance?
At first, Calm doesn't recognize the plants because they're not really a plant person. But instinct kicks in and they sort of brow their eyes and they realize what they see is poison ivy.
Ever present and winding through the space, an incredibly hardy style of plant that insidious definitely places itself among other similar plants until it is too late and you touch one. And by that point, it's too late. Rumby, what plants do you see in the space? In abundance.
Rumby would see not necessarily like the standard kind of like leafy plant. They'd probably see probably more fungi.
Yes, even mushrooms too can be beautiful in their own way. They are such an important part of maintaining particular ecosystems. They while some may be considered unsightly, they remain in balance of the space, and others can be a riotous form of color. Maybe the so delightfully named bleeding tooth fungus with the big globules of bright red,
Like
almost
the-
gem-like across its surface. Or maybe the more kind of darkly poetic ink cap that drips with a black ichor and is incredibly poisonous.
This is. I've heard about this conservatory. We should calmly just walk our way out.
Why is it bad?
Well, you can't really apply morality to a domain such as this. However, the plants that are contained here can be, if they are ingested, potentially even touched. So we should keep our hands to ourselves as much as possible.
Antonor picks up on this. Wait, what are you seeing? Is this the concrete wall again?
Oh, no. I'm seeing a lot of wonderful fungi, but highly toxic and poisonous ones.
Oh, it's kind of like the wall again.
I'm seeing fig trees.
Oh, okay.
I guess we all turn towards Loki.
Well, I see those sort of like trumpet plants and pitcher plants that eat things.
The carnivorous ones. Okay.
Yes.
And
How big are they on a scale of 1 to oh no?
I think on that question, Antonor, you know, as a resident of the Barbican estate, you actually do have permission to eat the fruits from here.
Right.
And like, without really thinking, quite idly, you go and reach to one, pluck off a fig, and just bite into it. Rimby, you just see Antonor just fully just bite into a fly agaric.
It's good. You want one?
no. How do you feel?
Slightly satiated.
What are you eating right now?
Fig.
What are you seeing, Colm?
Oh, you don't want to know.
No, tell me.
You've put poison ivy in your mouth.
That's gonna smart.
Mhm.
I don't see that though.
I am
To
always
me,
been because-
Antenor's trying to eat the plant before it eats Antenor.
Okay.
And you've just ingested quite a toxic.
I
Maybe
think
not eat more of it.
I think hearing 3 different signals of you are eating something dangerous, I would like to roll to see if I stay calm.
Sure. Yes. Let's see. Under general circumstances, that wouldn't be difficult at all. It'd be like a 1 check. But the fact that there are multiple people being like, "You're about to die," it increases to. Let's call it 2. It's not too intense.
We're very supportive friends.
Ah!
You're eating poison. Yippee!
Yes. 0 hits.
Oh no. Okay. Again, open
What?
discussion of safety tools. We're not going to go into finer details of it making you sick or you spitting it out or anything like that. But you look at the fig in your hand, and it doesn't seem to change perspective. But you internally feel that the world is lying to you in a very strange way, and you feel that you can't trust any of this. Who can you trust right now? Your heart rate just increased. What's your heart rate at right now?
5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bump that back up to 7 as increase that by 2. As you're like, this is normally such a safe space, and these 3 people have entered into my life, and now none of this feels safe or sensible or reasonable, and that's so frustrating.
What is the point of trying to make me feel unsafe?
Oh,
When we're trying to protect you.
I mean, technically, are we? Because if you saw it as a fig, is it a fig to you? Oh, I'm so confused.
It's always been figs.
You've
Figs
always-
all the way down. I've filed a complaint. Too many figs. Would love an apple tree. Would love a grapevine. It's not mushrooms. I'd be dead.
yes. Yeah, you would be. Okay. We should.
Why don't we discuss this outside the conservatory? Because
Yes.
I feel if this is perception based, then although they're figs to you, they're bad to us.
This place doesn't like us one bit, does it?
And on that,
No.
Colm, you're like, there's a door right here. I can see it. This is a glass house. It's
Ah,
pretty
easy.
easy to see where things are. And you go to the door and try it, and it is locked.
I'll try it a few more times.
Mm-hmm.
I'll one more time and I'll walk back to the pew and be like, door's locked.
It's not.
Can I help any of you? A very jaunty fellow walks on, like straw blonde hair tied into like a messy bun with a kind of like a stubbly kind of like goatee kind of circumstance going. Can I help you?
Yes. Sorry, we're just trying to find our way out of the conservatory.
Oh, well, don't need to be rushing. It's a very relaxing place here. Oh, hi, Antenor. This is the gardener. You've seen him a lot. He's around.
Do I know his name?
Ooh, that's a good question. His name is Vetiver.
Hello, Vetiver. How's the fig trees?
Oh well, all of our plants here are kept happy and healthy, and I think that I've done my best to make sure that the pollination season that we've done manually has kept all of the fruits in incredible condition.
Rolodexing. Great smoothies.
I've not tried a fig smoothie, but I wouldn't mind giving that a whirl. I'll make a note of that. Anyway, can I help? You said you wanted to. I mean, if you need to get out, that's fine. Yeah, not this one though. This is a service entrance, and there's like a big kind of like Monstera style leaf that he like pulls to the side, and it says staff only on it.
Oh,
You know, I have all sorts of pretty sharp and dangerous tools that I use to maintain the space, and I wouldn't want any of our residents or actually, I've not seen you three around before. Are they guests of yours, Antonor? The question is framed so open and innocently, like just general, easy conversation. In your current elevated emotional state, that question feels loaded. Whether that's
Yes.
actually true or not.
There's an anxiety. There's Rolodexing happening. I'm their fourth.
You've got to find a better way to phrase that.
yeah. Yes.
He gives a polite smile and doesn't answer that. Well, I'm glad you are showing your new companions around our glorious estate.
No, not companions.
We are Madame Severe's guests, and we've just seemed to have gotten a bit turned around.
Well, that's perfectly fine. If you want to get back onto the kind of main plaza, you'll just need to go and take the cobbled path over there. And there's a point to the cobbled path. We get like a quad shot of the cobbled path. It is heavily overgrown for most of you.
Oh no.
Oh,
Hey, so what's wrong with saying that?
Perception.
You know, I'm just going to go get back to my gardening. I have some rhododendrons to tend to. But if you do need any additional help or want to find out more about the plants here, I am available.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Thank you so much.
That's great. Cheers.
Okay. I
A
feel
road
bad.
stretches before you. Sorry, go ahead.
I feel bad for saying that. Should I?
Oh, we can address that another time. And as Rumbi is like looking at this road, they are using their tape measure to like tighten up like the ends of their sleeves to try and just make sure as little skin as possible is showing. Um,
Why don't you go and give me a roll to kind of walk this pleasant garden road?
Pleasant. Yet we have
3
to
hits,
roll.
please.
3 hits.
3 hits. Okay, and I am on 5 or 6.
Can I help?
Ooh, if you have the same heart rate, you can do a perfect sync attack and work together.
Who's at 7?
Nope. I'm still at
Actually,
5.
Never mind.
Actually, I would like to help all three of us because I have something I'd like to do. So, all right, it sounds to me like whatever's going on here is both perception wise and what we see and what we perceive, but also the connection to the Barbican itself. Bear with me here. If we can just perceive this as one thing amongst all of us, if we make ourselves see that, we can leave here fine. All we
That sounds like
need
an excellent idea.
is a connection. And I'll sort of like lift my hand up and like, although I'm not like holding anything, I would like to put my like sort of like gesture. And as I gesture, I'm going to like wave my hand in front of my eyes. And camera wise, I'm going to use my deep connection. And hopefully, with everyone else who's got 5 heartbeats, everyone got 5?
I got 5, yeah.
Yeah,
5.
same.
I would like to perceive this area as an orchard.
Okay. Fabulous. I think so. This balances out for perfect sync attacks. For those who are unfamiliar, when there are multiple characters with the exact same heart rate, they can roll together to tackle a task. So you're both individually rolling your heart rates and adding all of the hits together. You can also individually add any aspects to it. So we know that Colm, for example, is rolling his heart rate of 5 and adding that tag a deep connection to it. So adding an additional 2 to the roll. Did you say that Loki is also at 5?
Yes.
Are you adding any appropriate tags on your end to the roll?
I guess I could add an eye for scene blocking and kind of like block out so position wise, like the way the camera is, like a wide angle lens, so it looks like the plants are further away from us than they are.
I like that. Is Rimby also currently at 5?
Yes, Rumbu is at 5.
Okay.
But in terms of, I don't think they'd have anything that would particularly work for this, though.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need to add an
Yeah.
additional aspect on top of it. I'm going to say that trying to essentially adjust reality for multiple people at once is a hefty deal. So I'm going to ask for 5 hits. Between 3 of you, I'm sure you can manage it.
Yeah.
Now you've said that.
You
What
gotta
should
jinx
not
us.
happen?
Not that I'm rooting for your failure, but
guys,
you know.
guys, I only got 3. Please help.
Okay.
Help.
Okay,
got
well,
you
if we
5.
don't between us get 2, yeah.
I'm trying to please help
I hadn't
me.
even rolled yet. Oh, that one's cocked. I did get a 1.
Okay.
But I got
Noted.
2 hits as well.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I got 2 ones.
Okay. Noted.
I also got a 1. Just a heads up.
That's 3 ones floating.
I got a 1 and 2 hits.
That's 4 ones. Okay.
Yikes.
So that is currently at 7 hits total. So you crit. You exceeded by 2. We do have 4 ones floating. All right. I'll note that in a moment. So let's resolve the success of this roll. As you've completed a perfect sync attack successfully, essentially it's like a narrative tag team thing. So Colm started it. So we go and see from Colm's perspective as you're doing this. And then you kind of want to pass to one of your 2 allies here and they describe how they're adding to it. So go for it.
So what I do is like I do the whole hand wipe thing like that, but I close my eyes and then I reach out my hand to Loki to take it and I go share in my vision.
Yeah. Loki will take your hand, and then on the other hand, they're gonna kind of like lift the camera and turn the lens so that everything looks like it's more distorted and pushed away from them, and that this path is a lot wider using that wide angle lens to distort.
And you see this in your mind's eye, Colm, this kind of video screen, even though that's not how your eyes work. So there's a bit of disorientation of your vision having changed. Loki, how do you pass it to Rimby to go and bring this on home?
Use a good line.
Oh, don't do this to me. So much pressure now. Time to get this on tape and kind of like nod towards the measuring tape.
Rumby is going to nod, and the tape measure that they had been using for their own clothes is going to kind of wind its way between us all, kind of holding us together to avoid any meandering of paths that might split us up. And they are going to extend a hand and say, Madame, to Miss Severe, and we should proceed.
Antonor Severe, this is a very ordinary looking garden path. Everybody seems very shook about the circumstances, although you now have a better understanding as to why, but it's nice to feel included.
Can I have sort of like walked down it while they were doing it? Yeah. What did they see?
You collect as you're kind of doing this and the process of it, you just kind of see Antonor just kind of march down this garden path as like stepping on puffball mushrooms and clouds of spores, just kind of like going into the air, Venus flytraps just snapping at the ground at her heels, poison ivy tendrils lifting from trees and wiggling their way towards her like they're going to ensnare her, and she walks through all of it like it doesn't exist, because to her, it doesn't. To the three of you, though, you having this unified vision, you do manage to slowly and carefully kind of make your way through the greenhouse.
Before they do that,
Mhm.
can I use that distance to like quietly, I guess, reach out to the Barbican?
Sure. As I think that this kind of unified process and movement is careful and takes time, so you have a pretty solid lead ahead of them, even though you're not
Right.
out of line of sight. And you decide to go and reach out to the Barbican. How do you want to do that? Excuse me. How do you want to do that, and what do you want to say?
I think using my new combat style, concrete sculptor, I want to sort of like reach out with, I guess, sort of like hard weave, sort of like gloves appear around both my hands, and I sort of like try to pull out some concrete, and like I hold it as if they were hands. Maybe they're like concrete hands reaching out of the wall, and I want to sort of like hold the hand, close my eyes for a second, and think, why am I not seeing what they are seeing? Are they're like, I'm seeing what you want me to see. They're not seeing the same. Where does that leave me?
This is an opposed check. The
Shit.
estate will roll against you.
The estate.
No, my house. All right, I'm rolling with 7. And because I'm using concrete sculptor, I'm at
Then
2.
you can add 2 to that. Absolutely.
I almost dropped the die.
Love that you have to roll against your landlord.
I wish it were that easy.
Interesting.
Oh.
Every time you have a maintenance issue, as long as you roll above your landlord, they have to fix it the same day.
Exactly.
How many
Again,
hits, Ruben?
I get 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
Okay, you beat the estate by 2. You get what you want, which I guess is the estate to honestly answer you.
Mm-hmm.
So give that question to me one more time, please.
Why am I not seeing the same as people from outside of you? So I'm using you. I'm addressing it directly.
Yeah. The voice is vast. The voice is the sound, the echo of an empty car park. The voice is the rustle of trees, leaves in an open square. The voice is the subtle drying and flaking of paint in hot summer sun. As a resident of me, I am honor bound to make sure that you remain in peace and remain in peace with those who live alongside. I am your protector, and I am the gardener that nourishes you. I suppose that comes to mind as to where you are right now. Ultimately, I want to make sure that your time living within the fortress of my entirety is in comfort and safety in a way that fits you to help you thrive.
Do you believe in depriving a life of sensation?
I believe in depriving your lives of hardship. Aside from, I suppose, those instances where you do harm unto others living within your space, then I suppose justice must be done. You think of a broom.
Fair enough. And I like slowly retract my hands. And I look
Whose
back down
heart
at-
rate are you changing by 2?
I want to get mine up by more than 1. It's 2. 9.
Okay. You can tell that there is a cool detachment to this conversation, but also not one that feels severe, for a better word. It cracks jokes. It has a sense of humor. but it is interested in keeping you both safe and at peace.
Mhm.
It seems.
Yes, sort of like the sense of that I spent so much time in here does not fill me with regret. It's that it is more of a corralling and a coddling, I'd say, than what people normally get out of living a regular life in a tenant block.
Yeah. Part of you wonders if you had asked it maybe about like, will you let me leave? The way that it responded would probably be very different. And in a way, you feel glad that you didn't ask that question. Actually.
Exactly.
The rest of the gang catch up with you.
I think I'm visibly sweaty.
Everything okay?
I don't know what is safety anymore.
Oh.
Or where we can talk about this.
What happened in the last 5 minutes while we were walking?
I reached out. I got an answer. I don't feel I can share it directly anywhere here.
That's okay.
Do you want to come back to the
Fine.
train station with us?
Handy.
Well, that's an excellent way to close out the session, I will say, actually.
Can I? Hold on.
There's only one way to find out.
Oh, prove a point.
I'd abandon my home.
You only
Surely you
pop
can
into
come
the
back
train.
whenever you want.
But my home needs me. Needs someone in it, or else it's not a home.
You'll only be gone for an hour at most. We'll take you right back.
I think in this time my mind wanders to Janice.
You get a text message.
Okay.
Ba-ding.
I look at it.
It is actually from Janice. Hi. I really wanted to thank you for helping me the other day, so I decided to go and get some cake for us. It's gluten and dairy free. I don't know if you have any particular allergies, so I wanted to make sure it was something we could both eat. Are you available now? The cake will get stale if you leave it.
I look at these people who've done nothing but unnerve me. And I look at this text and I go, here's my number. If you're around again, I'll see you.
But how do we even know the building will let you see it? If you couldn't see the same things in the garden as us, how do we know that you'll get our messages?
For better or for worse, I'm now connected to you. And actually, is there still some leftover gnome in my backpack?
Funnily enough, we'll put a pin in that. You do
Okay.
not have the gnome on hand right now. You were kind of
Sure.
like, oh, right, yeah, I was supposed to hold to the end of that thread. But it's fine. I have not forgotten. The gnome, the concept of the unraveled gnome is not on your person currently.
Okay.
You do think about ways of contacting the outside world. You have access to the internet. This is a space you cannot physically leave, but it seems that modern functioning this is probably the best way to think about it. Living in current era, there is no way that you could keep 2,000 homes safe and functional and happy without internet access, if not just for entertainment, for general daily function. So you do trust in at least the ability to contact the outside world digitally.
I have a program on a computer called AIM.
Okay.
You know what? A phone number will be fine.
I mean, even I don't really want to use aim anymore, so yeah.
Now, what's wrong with AIM?
Have you heard of WhatsApp?
Discord.
Pretty good. How are you?
Uh, it's another
I only
program.
just got why it's called that. I'm not gonna lie.
I think as Rumby starts to explain, there is a hard cut, and we see we'll do Antonor first, then the group of you, and then that will be the session. I think Antonor makes her way back to Janice's apartment. You pass by yours first. You know where, even though how you got to the conservatory is unknowable, the route from it to your house is pretty straightforward. So you pass by the kind of corridor where your apartment is, and you see the end of the thread of the unraveled gnome, and you backtrack on it and kind of follow it.
Okay.
And on the assumption that it would be following the figure that delivered that letter to you.
Yeah.
It goes out to one of the balconies that has open balustrades to the courtyard below, and then the yarn immediately takes a hard turn and goes off the side of the balcony.
Huh.
We get a shot that is skyward looking as we see Antonor put hands on the balcony and look over as the camera pulls downwards and away as we see the thread, the yarn kind of go, and then suddenly the as it goes underwater, and we see that the yarn has gone directly into the canal waters beneath.
Ooh. Hmm.
That's unusual. Oh, Janice is going to be wondering where you are.
I have to keep going. Heartbreak.
You get to Janice's, and there is a very nice, like, cast iron filigree outdoor table and matching chair. I know that my nana had one of those. I don't know whether people are imagining the same kind of thing in terms of outdoor furniture. There is a slice of a vanilla chestnut cake and a cup of tea in some quite nice china there. The door is not open.
Yeah. No, I take a seat. Actually, no, I should announce myself. No, I just eat the cake and leave. No. No.
Well, thanks for coming. Yeah. There's a pause where you can tell that she would be like saying, "Sorry, I can't be outside to eat the cake with you," but she abandons it because, of course, that's the circumstance that you two have, and it's not really worth addressing. I hope you enjoy it. I haven't eaten mine yet. I wanted to wait for you.
That's really kind. I've had a strange day, but mostly I've been. I sort of like. I want to like whisper like in where the door connects to the wall. Like, have you wanted to leave ever?
There's a pause. The pause is so long you wonder if she's still there. It's crossed my mind.
Right.
But it can be, I get tired easily, and well, usually if there's anything I need, it's here. And if I can't find what I need, I can ask. There's the you can file a request at the community hall, and that
And they're
actually tends to do the trick. So
they're so efficient. I once had to ask for specifically a mold for a puppy that was suffering from depression already, and they had that for my art, of course.
there is another pause. It is not quite so long, but you treat it as comfortable silence. Janice treats it as not knowing how to respond to that.
Hey, the cake's good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I
Are you? And I think it's sort of like the interrupting each other, like with starting a question, dying it down. Yeah. So, how long have you lived here, actually?
uh 5 years. I inherited.
That's 5 years. Do you what what did you do outside?
Oh, well, I mostly uh, work from home.
Hmm.
Um, I was I was in better shape then, but it's
Hmm.
always been kind of a thing I've had to deal with for most of my life.
Hmm.
And then when my aunt passed, she bequeathed the space to me because she said that the estate had always served her well, and it was a nice green space that London didn't always have, and that would be good for me. So I took him up and moved. Um, and well, as my condition got a bit worse, it was actually kind of nice to have everything close by. So I'm grateful. Um, but I wasn't doing a lot. I studied. I was going to, um, I was going to go and move into law, and that didn't really pan out. So, um, at the very least, I'm well looked after. If not by my family, by you. So, thanks.
I think there's like a now silence, a reciprocal silence of like just a little too long, even for
Mhm.
Antenor's. Janice, what do you see in the conservatory?
Mhm. Oh, it's a little far. Although when I did go, um, it was a vegetable patch. Actually, it was mostly. It wasn't very pretty, but they had. I got to try. The vetiver let me try some of the carrots, and they were delicious.
I think there's a cut of just like a fork dropping on the table as Antenor is sprinting back home and yelling in her apartment.
Hmm. Meanwhile,
Hmm.
Loki, Rimby, and Colm are making your way. It took a little bit of going up and down some stairs and going up and down some corridors, but eventually you manage to get to a place that you recognize, and from there see some signage that is the direction to Barbican Station and the walkway to it.
I wish we could have got Antonor to understand that there's a world outside this place.
Well, I
Yeah.
hate to be mean, but our job isn't to do that. Our job is to stop the pulse.
But
Until we can understand that, we can't force people to come outside.
but until Antonor can break her connection with this place, how do we know what side she's on when she's with us? I mean, in the time it took us to deal with a problem, she was talking to the place.
Yeah, that
Loki,
is.
you tried to eat my eyes about a few weeks ago.
I what?
We don't know whose side on anyone's. We shouldn't worry about that. If we can't tell who our own friends are, the best we can do is work with what we have and trust in each other. That's what I learned.
I mean, I think after this I do trust her, but I don't trust this place isn't going to keep trying to tempt her back to its side. And
Eh,
if she's still talking to it, how do we know that it isn't gonna, in the end, be better at its job than we are at ours?
like Colum said, I think we have to trust that she'll get there. All we can do is supply the tools and hopefully um, it will work out. We didn't initially believe in the pulse either. When I started, I was highly skeptical, but it took time. It takes time.
It does, but I don't know. I've never met someone this wedded to the pulse without being a part of it themselves.
If the pulse takes them, just like you will get them back. Rule number one in what we do: trust your partner.
Yes.
Except when
Now
it doesn't work. We still don't know what happened to Terea.
But like we said, you cannot help those who do not want to be helped. We
And besides-
managed
Go on.
we managed to help you because Calm believed in you. We all believed in you. You didn't believe, but we did, and some part of you must have wanted the help. We don't know. We don't know how it works. All we know is that time.
This is
But
true.
worst comes to worst, we'll just get through it anyway.
Yes.
Very optimistic. I don't know. I worry that this is different. Like I said before, if we get rid of this place when people rely on it, how do we know what it's going to do to those who are still connected?
On that, you hear a rapid pounding of footsteps coming from the direction that the signs are telling you that this is the exit to Barbican Station. The just boots and panting, and bursting round the corner is Vox Populi at his most. In terms of being ready to fight the pulse. In this particular instance, he's got this kind of like superhero style combat suit on, with bandoliers, and is strapped for battle. Colm,
What are you doing here?
the phone. The city spoke to me, and I came as fast as I could. Things are terrible here.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Look, I don't know the full situation, but I do know that, like, and he barrels past both Loki and Rimby, and grabs Colm by the shoulders, and you both move back a couple steps as he's kind of intense, and his expression isn't. It's not manic. It's filled with kind of concern and fear and a faint little bit of like anger. I wasn't able to glean much, but they did tell me that you have to watch out for asbestos. No, as the walls of this space immediately shift in a way that you've never seen this space go. Even though you know that the Barbican estate has control over its own space, you have never seen it move. You have only had your perception of the space warp around it, but you see the walls shift live in front of you as Rimby and Loki are immediately cut off from Colm and Vox Populi, as that section of the hallway folds itself into a box and slams downwards.
What the heck?
Is this what you meant when you said it hit through the floor into the car park?
I mean, kind of, although, if I'm honest, I did provoke it. Apparently, speaking the truth provokes it too?
Just checking. Did it take both me and Vox Populi or just Vox Populi?
Both of you.
Okay, gotcha.
Unfortunately, in a cruel twist of fate, because you were the closest to Vox Populi and he needed to have that compartmentalized, you were slammed out of the space.
Okay, so by trying to wake up its residents, for lack of a better term, it sees us as it's treating us as if we are a virus, and it's the body, it's the main body, and the residents within it are the cells. And if we are interacting with any of those cells in a way that it doesn't see as friendly or to its point, we are effectively going to be erased.
We cut away to complete darkness and the sound of rushing and moving of like stone against stone. We, even though this shot is so dark, we can just about see two figures in it clinging for dear life as something is rushing. The space that they're in is rushing downwards or sidewards or away, and they are unceremoniously slammed into a space. And like elevator doors, concrete and brickwork open to what looks like a fabric mill. There's large machines, industrial whirring in the background, thread upon thread upon thread, whirring in machines, fabric of all different types, just in perpetual motion and being woven and embroidered and folded and boxed and shipped to goodness knows where. There's also a figure standing in front of you, very smartly dressed, an androgynous figure with a very wide smile. Welcome to Asbesto's Fabrics. I'm Asbesto, and I have a special deal for you. And that's where we're going to end today.
Yay!
Oh, okay.
Good lord.
Very good, very good, very good.
Oh,
Oh
The end of
Yep.
session 2. So dramatic, so
Mm.
sexy.
So much happened in that one. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
As per usual, we're going to go and do our comments and kudos as part of our end of session kind of character progression. So to remind, one of us gets to pick in the spotlight. You pick another person. You talk about how your characters have come closer together, or what you understand about each other through the events that happened today. And that other person is going to either increase your heart rate by 1 or give you a new aspect tag. So let's start with Lloyd and Colm. Lloyd, who would you like to pick to say about the connection that you've made with each other?
I would like to pick Loki
Mhm.
because in season 1, I was very much like, Loki, get your shit together. What is wrong with you? I'm so done with your bull crap. And this season, I was like, no, I've learned tough love doesn't work. I'm going to be a bit nicer. I'm going to open my heart. Even if I want to just slap this child across the face for existing, I'm going to hold it back. Like,
Wow.
no, God intended. I'm not here to beat up a child.
To realize you have this much pent up rage for Loki.
I'm like, Loki, I'm about to slap your ass. You are lucky you are not my child. I'm about to beat you. But I had to hold it back, and I think I put it very well. I'm really happy for that.
I definitely noticed the kind of the firm change in tack Colm took in the over this particular session. And they're kind of like, okay, we love to bicker, but also there is a threat right there. We're gonna kind of pull ourselves in, and I really enjoyed that kind of unifying team dad energy that was kind of like taken into the session today. Love that. Okay, so Chucky, or as Loki, reflecting back on that, would you like to go and either increase Colm's maximum heart rate by 1 or give him a new aspect tag?
Yeah, so it's a tricky one because I feel like there's good arguments for both. I am gonna go with raise Lloyd's heart rate max, mostly because I feel like Colm could do with a bit more capacity to deal with the stress.
Reasonable. Okay. Chucky, please choose between of our options remaining. Who would like to describe the strengthening of bond over the session?
I think I'm gonna go with Antonor because I think while the start of the session it was still very tense, I feel like Loki is especially coming to understand why Antonor hasn't left, come to understand them a lot more and be a lot more like
upset for them than frustrated at them.
Mhm.
Like, I think it's very much gone from at the beginning of the session, I was like, this is the person who attacked us. And now it's like this person is literally getting manipulated by a building. And they need help, and we're the only people who can do that. Like, they're still wary, but I think that understanding has completely flipped where I'm looking at Antenor now.
Mhm. And Ruben, what way are we going to go and do some character progression on Loki's character sheet? Are we increasing the heart rate by 1, or are we adding a new aspect tag?
It makes sense to increase the heart rate, I think.
Mhm.
Just yeah. This
It's
is more
important.
of a,
Being able to roll dice without heartbreaking is very useful.
Yes.
Because we want to make sure that this is a clean, closed loop. Ruben, what ways has Antenor formed a stronger connection with Rumbi?
With Rumbi, I think the initial encounter of like comparing, so like, okay, there's these artists, right? These pulse warriors. Loki's encounter did went very strangely and very tensely. Rumbi came in like, hey, let me introduce myself, let me talk to you, let me explain things to you, take it your way. So I think there's just like, out of the group anxiety that's being caused here, I think Rumbi is actually taking away a lot of sort of like the apprehension that she needs to feel. So there's like there's a trust, trust building.
Excellent. And Tendai, in what way are we going to be improving Antenor's character? Are we increasing the heart rate, or are we adding a new aspect tag?
I think maybe adding an aspect tag and I want to call it something akin to like awakening, or because there definitely was a change in mindset of no, like there's always been a place here, but then actually kind of seeing and trying to see what we were seeing. Antonio could have very well been like, well, no, this is what I've known my entire existence here. So, and you guys are interlopers, but they were like actually kind of,
An awakening of perspective.
Yes. Ooh, or like the Rolodex like expands exponentially.
I love that Rolodex.
Expanding Rolodex is also very good as an aspect.
That's really good.
I have to consider other people now, not just the people that it takes.
Perfect. And to close the loop, in what way has Rumbi's kind of like understanding of Colm changed or deepened over the course of today's session?
So they definitely would have like copped the shift from like that initial first interaction with Loki and Colm to now, and how it's more of a gentle approach towards it, because while tough love was effective at the time, Calm did initially have that little okay, I might have to think about that. So it shows like there's been some growth there in approaching just people's individuality. So I would say not increasing their heart rate, maybe
that's what Colm gets to decide for Tendai. For
oh yes, for me, yeah.
Sorry, what Colm gets to decide for Rimby. But yes, I definitely understand in the kind of like in the time the month that we spent away, everybody's changed, and I'm definitely grabbing the threads of that. Excellent. So yes, to close out our little character progression section, before we go into our outro. Lloyd, what way are we adding character improvements to Rumbi here? Are we increasing the heart rate max or adding an aspect?
Well, I think that because of the way the game went today, all of us learned to open up a little bit. So I'd like to increase your heart rate.
Absolutely perfect. Everybody's much more primed at dealing with the events to come.
Hmm.
What events are those, Nathan?
Who's to say?
Wait, no.
I rate
I
the
unplugged
next
myself.
scenario as this ends. So now it's actually, to be clear, a lot of the events and how things happened today was very open. We just kind of got there following the world building and some of the character progression threads that we had. So it's a very improvised game with a little bit of structure. Okay, that is all the time we have for today. If you didn't already know, I am your androgynous android late night DJ Nathan Blades. If you would like to keep hearing more of my sultry tones, I am available to listen to as the voice of Captain Oramal Vale on the Campaign Skychecks podcast, and you can play this game for yourself by heading to theneoncaster.itch.io, where you can obtain your own PDF copy of Heartbeats in Perfect Sync. To pass over to my fabulous guests who have joined me this evening, Tendai.
Hi, Tendai. You can find me at GeekT on pretty much all social media because I refuse to change it and I don't want to think of a new one. And yeah, if you want to see my random ramblings on anything and my current hyperfixations, do give us a follow.
Absolutely. Chucky.
Yeah. I'm
Every time it's so
Jockey.
funny.
It's like,
You don't have to call me out like this.
Sorry,
I'm just
sorry.
never ready to talk about myself. Yeah, I'm Chocky, spelled CHOCHY, almost everywhere, because people keep spelling it wrong in different beautiful ways. And people keep reading it as Coochie on raids. It's great. But yeah, I'm just around everywhere. I get told by people when I go to events that I'm at too many things and they don't know why they see me everywhere. Primarily on Twitch though, like causing trouble over there, and hopefully at some point doing my own TTRPG things when I remember how to do it again, because it's been a while.
Lloyd.
I am Lloyd. I love you all, and I miss you all deeply. And I hope I see more of you again.
Oh, we will always be around, my dear.
But where do we find you?
Oh, I'm on the internet. Who cares?
Reasonable. Fair. Sometimes you need to be a cryptid on the internet and do not need to be found. I understand.
Yeah.
I respect it.
And last but by no means least, Ruben.
Hi, I'm Ruben. You can find me on Urban Friend Den on Blue Sky. If you want to, I keep forgetting that technically I am a game designer. Together with Nathan, we made a game about hunting down big old beasts. It's called Iera Entera. You can find it on their itch.io page. It's a ton of fun. You should go play it, and all proceedings, go to a good cause, which is them.
Actually, for that specific game, we kind of framed in a way because of the way that Itch does like payment splitting vis-a-vis not at all. We're like, hey, if you want to support this, go give money to your local food bank. It's appropriate for a game about turning divine beasts into divine feasts. But yes.
I need to find this. This sounds fun.
That is all the time we have for today. Please do join us next time as we return to the Barbican estate and maybe find out more about this interesting individual, Asbesto. But until then, farewell, everybody. See you all soon.
Bye.
Mwah.